Welcome to part 83 of Final Fantasy VIII. In this part, I'm going to take on Ultimecia, but first I'm just going to show off the stats of all of my party members. I mean, I had to move around GFs, but the stats of my party members look really good right about now, especially Selphie. And at this point in time, we can pretty much beat the game with no matter what combination I'm going to use. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to take off that encounter none before I fight Ultimecia. But I had to split up the GFs, 4 people getting 3 and 2 people getting only 2. And there's a reason for this. And the reason is the final boss of the game. Now see, as you can see, Squall has Quetzalcoatl, Cerberus, and Eden. Selphie has Siren and Cactuar. And Irvin has Diablo's brothers and Bahamut. While Zell has Ifrit, Leviathan, and Doomtrain. I need to put a junction on Zell, but still. Quistis has Shiva, Pandema, and Tonberry. Sorry, I'm stuttering here because I'm getting excited because of the final battle. And Carbuncle and Alexander is left with Renoa. Now, here is the thing. The reason why I'm doing this is, again, the final boss. How the final boss operates, she throws the biggest curveball that pretty much throws this game's system for a loop. She is probably the reason why people hate this game. Now, to be fair, I enjoyed some of the things of the game, save for the grinding and the drawing, but mostly the grinding. But for the most part, I actually made it to where, and I'm showing off all the items I had. I had very much spare items to customize all the GFs to the way I need them so that I can just go into the final battle without any problems. That meant getting rid of some abilities that would be useful. Before this battle, I did it on purpose. Just for the fact that I want to survive against Ultimecia. Because again, drawing is your key to winning most of the game. And now we're finally about to face Ultimecia and her drunkenness. And as a final FU, the game throws the curveball of getting rid of my seed rank. So now, let's go ahead and meet the drunk woman herself, who is sitting on her throne as plastered as all hell. Oh, I can tell you she's perfectly drunk. How drunk are we talking? Real simple. The first words comes out of her mouth is seeds. I mean, that's all she could say right now? Oh wait, hold on. She's got more dialogue. Oh, and by the way, all of her C's is conveniently replaced with K's. It's as if Ed Boon written the script. And everybody says that a lot. But the fact is, the reason for her speech pattern, translation error, and also the fact that Ultimecia is drunk as hell. I mean, come on. She has that wine cellar here for a reason. So, about that curveball Ultimecia throws. I need to bring that up right now, which is why I set up my team the way I did. The curveball is, as soon as she finishes her opening dialogue, she chooses who you are going to face her with. When she says, "Who shall I exterminate first?" and say, "I'll start with you 3, you never know who you're going into battle with. I pretty much was lucky that she chose the team that she chose, because if she would have put Renoa on this team, I would have been screwed, plain and simple. Anyway, immediately get a Mega Elixir, because you do not want that curse stat on you. Number 1. Number 2, put Aura on your team. God forbid you need to do that. And also slap a meltdown on her too. It would really, really help. Oh, and notice my setup too for my actions. Not one of them has GF, and for good reason. The reason being, if you even remotely attempt to use GFs in this battle, she will destroy them. I mean, I've seen people who actually got away with using the GF in this first fight, but every fight afterwards, she will destroy your GF. Well, every form afterwards, she will destroy your GF, and trust me folks, it's more than one form. It always is this way, always will be. The first form only had 49,000, and it's capped off at level 65. So much easier than Omega. And then comes the other curveball. Remember that ring I told you about that you had the name? Well, you're about to meet the thing that was in the ring. This is Griever. And by God, I'm using holies. No, not holies, I meant heroes. And I mean I am using heroes as quickly as humanly possible because this thing right here can be a real pain. Especially when it's about to die. So, what curveball this guy throws? Real simple. He has the annoying ability to get rid of your magic. So, everything you've grinded up to this point, whether it be Ultima, Aura, or even Meteor, or Meltdown, any one of your magics is fair game. I mean, you'd be glad if you get rid of Scan because, well, Scan sucks. And oh, look at this! He already got rid of Full Life, which was keeping Irvin at max HP. See what I'm talking about here? The game encourages you to grind for magic, and then this son of a bitch destroys it. Oh. But you think the threat will be over after this fight, right? Nope. The last two fights will continue that threat. Oh, and just for the record, he also draws from you. So, yeah. It's like it's being used against you. Oh, and he also does things like Ultima and Doom. So, have fun with that. If you don't have Hero on, or a ribbon on for that matter, you are pretty much really screwed at this point. So, also, one thing that needs to be mentioned. If you are going to put on Aura, do it before you put on a hero. Otherwise, well, the hero's not going to work. Oh, no, not the hero. The Aura's not going to work. Sorry. And now, I'm going to use Zell to beat the hell out of this guy. I still have him on auto because, again, I terribly suck with duel. And I just suplex Griever. Because the battle's already over, that's why it missed. Oh, he's dead. And that's just round 2. Now, Ultimecia is going to junction himself. Well, actually, no. He's going to use Shockwave Pulsar first, and then he'll junction himself to Ultimecia. By the way, in case you're wondering, Shockwave Pulsar is Quistis' move. For the record, if you are not at full health, you're going to die. Oh, almost forgot something. If you die anytime during the phases of this battle and you do not heal your party members, guess what's going to happen to them? You will never get the chance to heal them again because they'll be put in the time warp. Yes, they will be removed from battle. That is one of the biggest curveballs this game will ever throw at you. While it is a good way to get rid of useless party members, it's also terrible because of the fact that if your whole entire party member gets removed from the game, well, actually it's game over if your entire party gets wiped out. Plain and simple. I mean, it's even worse if she just so happens to remove you from time, even while you're standing. And that has actually happened to me in the past. No, not in this playthrough, but it has happened to me in the past. So, we just suplex Ultimecia Griever, and I guess it missed. So, I just took the liberty of using Irvin as much as I can. Make sure you use Meltdown too, because this battle, again, you need to kill her as quickly as humanly possible, because this form has another curveball. I say curveball a lot because this game throws this at you at the last minute, much like the fight with Adele. And the curveball that it throws, it has minions. Yes, minions. What type of minions, you may ask? Minions that will, if there are 2 of them on the field, pretty much kill off your entire party if you're not wearing a hero, or if you don't destroy them in time. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Those things do automatically 9,999 damage. So if you don't kill her quickly, or if you don't get rid of those things like that right there, you are going to face extermination. And you will have to start this whole goddamn battle all over again. But, to be fair, it's still easy because of the HP. I mean, Griever, before he junctioned with Ultimecia, was at, what, 100,000? And this was only, like, 150,000. No, wait, 250,000. Never mind, I'm wrong. You know she's about to die when she breaks off the, back end of Griever. It's only a matter of time before she falls. So with that said, just make sure you do your best, and I'm surprised the hero lasted as long as it did. Just make sure you do your best, keep up the aura, and keep up the pressure, and Ultimecia will eventually fall. And God forbid, if for some reason she summons those little annoying Thunderbolt minion things, I think that's the best thing to call it. Ow, that hurt. I mean, like I said, if she summons those, then it would be in your best interest to, how shall I put it? Kill her quickly. And again, in this form, she will blow away magic. So keep that in mind. If there's things you need, like for instance, aura, you always have aura stones until those run out. If there are things you need, like for instance, meltdown, then I don't know what to tell you. Make sure somebody else have meltdown and it doesn't get blown away. Now, if full life was junction, or any of your magics were junction, well, you're gonna have to stick with default HP, because every time she blows away a magic and it's in your junction, well, there goes your stats. They will take a big hit. That's why this is a huge curveball. And of course, the huge curveball is not being able to use GFs, because if she destroys them and they're junction to you, whatever stat boost, that they gave you will be gone. And now we've reached the final battle of the game. It's now starting to get very, very dark, as she is slowly but surely compressing time. Yeah, we just got finished wiping the floor with Ultimecia, and now we have to face the final form of Ultimecia, true Ultimecia, which should look familiar to people who've played Final Fantasy X. Now, this form since it's maxed out at 65, is 465,000, I do believe? Yes, it is 465,000, roughly estimated. But don't let that intimidate you. No, the HP is not intimidating. The magic she pulls is intimidating. Originally in the PlayStation 2 version, no, not the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation and the PlayStation Portable version, you can actually attack the bottom half, excuse me, of her form. Also, beware that she will use Hell's Judgment, and Hell's Judgment will automatically drop your party down to 1. It didn't do that because we had a hero. One thing you can do, however, is beat the hell out of her without limit breaks. I mean, it's going to take longer if you have a hero on, but without limit breaks, your best bet is to use Shell right when she's about to use Apocalypse, because Shell will get rid of Apocalypse. Well, actually, mitigate the damage from Apocalypse. But she will spam Hell's Judgment, and she'll do so until you're down to 1. And if you're down to 1, then she'll use either an attack or she will use Ultima in any other magic that she happen to have in her possession. And she just blew away another magic. I would say be careful though. Well, actually, there is one thing I can say. 1, the whole entire stage, that's her. 2, you can actually use Apocalypse against her. If you were to use Apocalypse against her, then it will do 9,199 damage to both her and her bottom half. And son of a bitch, Cell just lost his speed. Well, that's just great. But this should be, this would have been labeled the easiest form if, in the event, she didn't get rid of all of your magic. But if she did, well, fight like your life depends on it and pray to God that, oh no, there went Irvin's defense. God damn it. Like I said, fight like your life depends on it and hope your default stats can cover the fact that you don't have any junction bonuses. So, we almost got her. Yeah, we definitely almost got her. Yeah, she's drawing Apocalypse right now. So, she is on her last leg. I could have just drew Apocalypse to stop her from actually using it, but I didn't think about it at the time. So, my only thoughts were to just beat that ass before Hero wears off. And as you can see in the animation of Apocalypse, we are practically fighting on Ultimecia. But yes, Apocalypse would have actually scored 9,199, depending on if you had high vitality or high spirit. If you had high spirit, you'd be able to survive that shit. And also, if you had Shell, you'd be able to survive that shit. Only now I think about drawing Flare. But I did it a little too late. But I think we just lost our hero, and now she's starting to talk. That means she is out of HP. However, she can still do some dangerous stuff to you. Just keep hitting her and making her talk. And once you do, she'll be completely out of HP, and she will completely die. So what do I have to say about this battle entirely? Oh god, she got a Hell Judgment off. Oh shit! Well, before I get my final thoughts of the battle, she goes for one more fuck you before she dies. And so do I. Oh, by the way, as far as Squall is concerned, she does manages to limit you to about 5 hits, so you barely can get a Lionheart off unless you actually hit critical hits. But the battle itself, it's a really huge curveball and a rather annoying one, but once you actually set up properly, it's rather easy and rather disappointing. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, Ultimecia is done. Ultimecia is finished. The game is finally done, and uh-oh. What have we done? Oh shit! What have we done? Time is being destroyed! No! Oh shit! We done goofed! We done goofed! Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, is the time compression still going to happen? Find out in the finale of Final Fantasy VIII. After it took so long to finally beat this game.